Welcome to StockMarketFunding.com. We're going to be covering the Nasdaq Composite. What we'll be doing at that time is talking where the major wall of resistances are, how high frequency trading programs work, how the exchange model has changed significantly, and how that you can navigate on our new site and be up to date. And click on the high frequency trading courses to learn more. You can also join us now as well. Basically, I have the Nasdaq Composite. It's a broader composite called Nasdaq Exchange, and it's at 3,020 right now. It was slightly up on the day. This was the calendar 2012 weekly breakout that was used in high frequency buy and sell scripts. The public does not understand how they work. It's okay. We're here to show you how they work. One of the things that I would like to say, when those buy programs are working in the high frequency model on the dips and the headlines and everything, we put this top reversal in on our website, which you're welcome to go use very clearly. You can go over here, you can click on stock indices, and we covered them, and you can go back and put in the date because we have updated this new wonderful navigational tool for you to get to everything you need quickly. Is you can go to the YouTube channel and go back in time and get all of the indexes. Use that as your reference where we call these major tops. These are called high frequency sell scripts, and then where they get support and they change their directions in that particular model that is used in the broader exchange model today. One of the things that we would like to cover in the Nasdaq Composite is you've got Nasdaq 100 banking. These are what is made up of the Nasdaq Composite. These are all their transports. You've got your telecom. You've got your other finance. But they're all part of the whole thing. Here's your insurance. Here's Nasdaq 100 financials. All the bank stocks in there. Nasdaq Canada. Okay. Nasdaq Biotech, Nasdaq Banking. The most important one, Nasdaq 100 is the one that you need to pay attention to at 2722.96. One thing you'll know that the Nasdaq 100 is the backbone of the Nasdaq Composite and high beta dollar price movement. We cover them all. You can simply go and find out what they are today. Just simply go here. You would go under videos and you can get all of the most live trades that you need to get. Okay? Because you go to the options trading, you're going to get that too. You go over here to stocks. We have a list of those high beta Nasdaq 100 stocks that we trade on a daily compounded level. They're right here for you. What you would do is click on more symbols to find out other ones. Okay, trading that opening bell, but we use this Nasdaq Composite. So we're barreling right here at the major wall of where the reversal started, right where my diagonal trend line is here now. And this is how we put in the bottoms. This was your diminishing price highs that we had talked about. It lasted for about 3 weeks. Started with the gap down, came down and got that support level. Went straight up, but the high frequency sell program is always confirmed, whether it's on a 3-minute, 5-minute, 30-minute daily chart. It doesn't matter. It has to, the way it qualifies, immediate red bar right next to the green and going below half of that. That is exactly where we're going to test. We're slightly above this half weekly bar, but this is going to be the major resistance on the Nasdaq Composite. Okay. Nasdaq 100 is the driver of the composite. Certain leadership stocks in the Nasdaq Composite, such as biotech, have been doing extremely well in this composite. And there are winners to trade. Okay. The transports, look at how big the transport list is in the Nasdaq. Okay. It's an important piece of the Nasdaq to continue that bull to go higher. Okay. But you want to know that the Nasdaq 100 is the one that your focuses should be on. What we are going to do is tell you MMTs when the best time would be to start looking at the put options, because the calls have been working. We were buying the 27.25 call on Nasdaq 100. But we were way up and out of the money. It was the cheapest side of the market to be on should the high frequency programs leverage up the market. As you can see, the 10-week is rising, 20-week is down a little bit. But in the very short term, in the dog days of August, these resistance levels on the Nasdaq Composite are major. Because I'll tell you why. This little area right here at 3,050, you're going to have to close above this 3,050 area, consolidate it like you consolidated the weekly move down here in order to make all-time highs above where we shorted this market in the earlier part of the year. And we did. It's on the website. Go take a look. You can make a lot of money when this high frequency sells that way and the high frequency buys this way. That is a Nasdaq Composite wall of resistance challenging multi-year highs. I will cover the Nasdaq 100. I'll give a little snapshot of it just quickly, but it'll be a separate one because this is the one that we trade all the time. And we once again have come up to this major wall of what? Resistance right here. There are upper end of resistance channels. 2800 is a high. 2749 is going to be that 2750 area where we could test. What would we be looking for in the high frequency exchange model is where they change from leveraging up the tape to selling down the tape. 2770 area is going to be in here. That's going to be a major area of resistance that we would like you to focus on. If the 10-week crosses above here, even in the light volume August period, because it's easier to walk them up to resistance when there's no volume in the tape and high frequency trading technologies, which you're going to find right here when you go over here and click on HFT and watch the video there. But just remember that the exchange model has done a lot. And the exchange model has got a lot of high frequency computing machines, but you can take advantage of them and walk away with all the money. And you can. And once again, I'm always going to go back to this one last thing. I'll conclude the NASDAQ chart, broader composite. But one thing I will tell you, you need to learn, and we want to be able to show you naturally, is why the top 1% steals from 99% using advanced technologies and high frequency algorithms. How you can put yourself in the right places at the right time and let those programs work for you. We invite you to get to this page and we invite you to click over here on the high frequency tab. Once again, NASDAQ Composite, all-time resistance levels. Visit us. We give you a way to understand the markets these days where even the broader professional community is dumbfounded why everything is going up with less growth around the world, which is true. Look, there's logic to what the realities are, but when it comes to high frequency machines, we've had a 3-week breakout in the worst time, and that buy script comes in at the worst times. However, we're right now in a very mild overbought process. I mean, we can go higher up here before we really start getting into the overbought processes where we really get aggressive, where the big cap leaders in the NASDAQ Composite, the NASDAQ 100, are going to change directional movements. Once again, it's been our pleasure updating our network of people. The high frequency programs that we feel the public needs is to take the time, understand what the changes are, how the world changed in computing cycles and technologies versus human. Right now, it's not high frequency machines versus human. What it is now the high frequency algorithm machines are competing against machines. So it's machine against machine. Eventually, we hope that the regulators do something so that there isn't quote jamming. There isn't cancel all bids, dropping down, taking out stops. There are so many things that are manipulative that we would like to bring your awareness to.